all or nothing.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Here we go. Welcome back to another Power Play show. No, it's a warm-up show, Coach. I apologize for that, but hopefully an amazing, great weekend. You're ready to rock and roll. It's a Monday, June 20, 2022. This is the Hockey Coach Go Conference directly for the beautiful Sunshine State in Florida. And we have to go all the way to the north to find the only one, the co-host. Mr. ENORTAP is in the house tonight.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation. Here we go again. Game 3.
Now I'm doing this, and here we go. Warm-up show. Just show up quickly over us, Mr. ENORTAP. The magician, Coach Francis, show up that way. Game number 3, Mr. ENORTAP. Are you ready to this game tonight?
I'm ready. Are you?
Of course we are. But first of all, we have to welcome everybody in the chat. We have a few people
Let's do
in
it.
the house. Don't forget, guys, first of all, click on the likes. And first, Mr. Blackhawks fan 97 back in the house tonight.
Blackhawks, welcome.
I don't know if you got the same sunburn like Wisniewski Saturday night, but we'll see what the result of that one. And then Mr. Ron with Kings 20 back in the house from Utah.
Hey, Ron. How you doing, buddy?
And Yamo Vertanen from Finland. Mr. Yamo Vertanen. Salut mon
Moi,
Yamo. Angelo, directly from Marietta, Georgia. Back in the house with a couple of information about this one over there. He said the injury Avalanche Center, Nazem Kadri, pratique with a skilled coach, Sean Allard. Following the full team morning skate ahead of the game 3 of the current final Monday morning. He's not expected to play again. The Tampa Bay Lightning came to him, but is ruled day today by the coach, Gerard. But now, welcome back, Mr. Angelo.
How's it going, Angelo?
Thank you for the information, Mr. Angelo. Game number 3, yeah, it's tonight. And from Twitch, Mr. ENORTAP. Yes, sir?
He traveled with the team, though. So
yeah, he traveled with the team. Yeah, he practiced, but he traveled with the team. Not the same case for Burakovsky. And Mr. Kadri Miller, directly from Twitch, is in the house. Welcome back, Mr. Kadri.
Welcome, Kadri.
Thanks so much. I'm sure he's ready to rock and roll. And Mr. Rory McNeely back in the house tonight, Mr. Rory.
Hey, Rory. How's it going?
I don't know. He was supposed to be somewhere. Rory, he went somewhere. I don't know. I thought he was on vacation somewhere. But he will tell us what's happening about this. And John Gregor, number 1 fan of the Boston Bruins, back in the house tonight.
Hey, John. How's it going?
The moderator of the Hockey Nation Live Show, directly from upstate New York, Mr. Jose Duarte is in the house.
Hey, Jose. How you doing?
And he worked at 92 degrees heat, Mr. Blackhawk said. That's a little bit too hot. Don't forget to put your hat the next time. Put some cream. And don't stay in short, long pants. And,
Go in air conditioning,
Yeah, that's something happening about this.
Cool
and Mr. Francois Pitt is in the house. Welcome aboard, Mr. Francois Pitt.
Francois, how
are you? Do you know what I feel after the second round Blues visit Avalanche, Rory? Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. It'll be fine. I'll be all right.
Okay.
We have always another season after the last one, so you'll be a fine, Mr. Rory. But I can feel it a little bit about that one over there. Yamo in the gel, maybe not. Run with Kings 20. I'm good in that making, and then I'm just ready to see the Landagog, McKinnon, and Quamper to raise that beautiful cup on the air. Here we go. And then we have Mr. Roy said, I'm heartbroken that my Blues got shut out of the playoff by the Avalanche in the second round. It's happened sometime, Rory. Don't worry about that.
However, Rory, St. Louis is the only team that beat him twice. You have to take some pride.
Yeah, absolutely right about this. What about the RG Cadabro, Mr. ENORTAP, back in the house directly from New Jersey? It's hot over there. He show up every single time. It's about hockey, baseball, football. He practices right now, but he's back in the house with us for the next 60 minutes. Mr. RG Cadabro, welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us tonight.
Welcome, RJ.
Gary said, so far St. Louis gave Colorado a difficult time.
Who did? St. Louis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely that's the one there out there.
It's the only team.
And directly, Mr. ENORTAP from Vancouver. He is right now on the tour, summer 2022, Mr. Richard Marlin. He is right now doing a great performance over there. I don't know, he's a 1 night, 2 night, 3 night, but the Stanley Cup comics, Richard Marlin is right now in Vancouver City to do his tour 2022. Congratulations, Richard. Make some money there. Put some smile around the party, and don't forget to bring back your suitcase with you to Montreal. Here we go. Rory McNally, he traveled by car right now. He's not in the train, so that's the good news about this. Here we go. That's what I knew, Mr. ENORTAP. Yeah, but something's going on with Rory. I would be in Atlanta to see my Giants play against the Braves. That's what I knew. Yeah, something's going on for Rory.
Gotcha.
I'm glad to see he's back in that. Yamu said there was rumor that Jukka Jalonen talks for the Panthers. That's funny because we call Finland team as a Lions. That's funny about that. Jukka Jalonen, it was on the, I don't know, he was the Daily Off or George Richard, the reporter of the Florida Panthers. I said that today, Yamu, about the fact they were talking to him. Where it's maybe not Panthers, but he's really concerned for other job opportunity to be in the NHL in the future. So it's something we have to follow up, Mr. ENORTAP. Jukka Jalonen, one of the best coach in Finland, coaching many players in the past. And Mr. Andrew Lepage is in the house.
Hey, Andrew, how's it going, buddy?
Yep, exactly about that one over there. And that'd be great to see Mr. Yamo said the Lions coach should do well with the Panthers. It's a part of the same animal family, you know what I mean? And I think they'll be all right about that one. I don't see any problem with that one over there. And the air conditioner was working, but my arm and neck are beat red. Everyone that's it. Mr. Jeffrey is in the house tonight.
Some aloe vera. Hey, Jeffrey, how's it going? La maison.
And West from the family. Here we go. And everybody look like happy about this one there. Mr. ENORTAP is 6-1. We're a little bit early, but we're going to go through what we have to do. And first of all, we're going to talk about what's happening this weekend about us and tell them, we have an update. Mr. from Richard said 2 nights. And I also got the total goal right on Saturday. Congratulations, Mr. Richard.
Awesome. Did you get the right team, though?
For some reason, I have 4-2, Mr. Richard.
Uh-oh. Time for Deloitte.
Maybe I have 5-2, but it looked like I have 4-2 on your score. I think you emailed me that one over there, so possible I make that one directly. But you're not in the jail. That's the good news about this one over there. Miss Kelly in the house.
Hey, Kelly.
Is it not strange when Kelly show up at the same time with Roger? I don't know. I feel strange. They show up at the same time. So I don't know they're on the same bus or what's going on, but they show up at the same time. Kelly and Roger, number 1, Abs fan in the house.
Hey, Nooner. I'm
Yep.
not touching that.
Exactly about that one over there. We have a visitor right now. How you doing? I'm good. It's a roach. So
Oh,
it's
thing you're
it's
going
a
to
part of the
Thailand.
Florida. Maybe in Thailand we have snake, but here we have
Scorpios.
we have gators and roach. So we'll see what happens about that one over there. But yeah, it's a good size. I think he's just back from McDonald's. But I think he's looking good. I don't know. He look at me right now, so it's all right. Oh, change the direction. Anyhow, Mr. ENORTAP, we have a couple of conversations. He's pretty fast right now. He tried to figure out. Here we go. Go to the wall. Whoop, change the direction. Go back on the left. Here we go. It was my story about this one. I just finished to work. Kelly said, and Blackhawks, no, not twinkle. Run with King said, Coach, not sure if you got my email. Before Maker shot in the goal, did Maker teammate fake a cleary at him, or did Maker just take off the puck off of his stick? So not up.
Not sure which play that was. Which play was that?
The goal and short-handed.
I don't recall if he got it off of his stick or I don't.
I thought he carried on the puck. Is it the one? Because you have 2 goals, right?
Yeah, it's the one. I think he came in off the right side.
Yeah, because the other one is the one you have the pass from the Vezinski was completely on the left side. I believe this one is carrying on the puck.
Yeah, maybe.
Teammate fake a cleaning attempt. Did Maker teammate fake a clean? No. Did Maker just take the puck off his stick? Yeah. Run. And the second goal it was the pass and he just shoot. Danny is speaking Tampa tonight. Roger Kelly said Alexis Dubik is in the house.
Hey Alex.
You should see my hotel room. He said, what is the planning for Ken Hughes? Trade Jeff Petrie right now, Alexi, and be ready for the NHL draft in the next couple of weeks. That's what we got at that moment. Don't forget, everybody, to click on the links. Don't worry, Roach, it will be there. It will be there in Thailand. François, yeah, I'm pretty sure about that one over there. Zev Lacave is in the house.
Just a little bit bigger.
Yeah, a little bit bigger. Andrew said I picked Makar as well. Andrew, yep, you did. Not just Jose, just remove. That's it. Click on timeout and remove. That's it. Don't talk. Just click on the remove. That'll be fine. You did say hi to me. I don't know who you talk about, Zev, but now we tell you hi. If we did, it was about us. And then that's what's happening. It's a complete rebuild. Not allowed. Transformation, Alexi. The first thing is about to drop the salary cap, Alexi. Yeah, nothing there, no rebuild or retools. He don't clean up the house allowed. So it's just about drop players for the salary cap. That's what he's doing right now, Alexi. Richard, I'm going to judge today. I think I beat the record. I have the more than anyone in the room to go to jail. No. No, not yet. Are you coming there? About that, it could be another football score. What the main transformation? They will drop salary cap, so he will try to go under the salary cap and keep what they have to do, the pick, everything like that. So he's not going to do anything else big until next year, Alexi. So you're not going to see a lot of UFA signatures, some stuff like that. At the same time, Mikhail got the puck. His teammate act like he was shooting the puck down ice. Was not sure if he was a set play or Mikhail just want the puck. I don't think so as a set play on my book.
Yeah.
About that, after his rebuild, no, not allowed, Alexi. They don't rebuild allow, Alexi. No rebuild. A rebuild, Alexi, if you sell every players. Like he will trade Gallagher, Drouin, Hoffman, Anderson, Petrie, and Price, everybody. That's completely a rebuild. And then you can trade Zuski, everything like that. So that's a little bit early tools. It maybe trade a couple of players to patch up. So it's more like that way he's doing right now. But the key right now for them is because they have an over salary. They try to drop many money they can, and then after that they will go some other way. I seriously call to be a worker, a spider, and I just it's right there. See, right there. The special spider. Yeah, I'm sure it is. He's not afraid at all. He's just right there. But yeah, I'm sure it is, Francois. About I'm sure, but I don't play with them usually. I just let them alone. I don't about that one. And just go to it's good. Yeah, it is good, very good about this. I'm still thinking Kelly, but I'm thinking 6-2, something like that. Kelly said everything like that. And time to reverse Tampa will game tonight. Talking about this, Mr. ENORTAP, tell us what you think about the game last Saturday. But before that, we're going to go on the party, Mr. ENORTAP. Here we go. We are back directly right there. We have a couple of leaderboard, Mr. ENORTAP. First Saturday, what happening? We have a couple of great performance, but also we have a couple of performance not on the right way, like Kilo Noner and John Grega and Andy Kuivula. Otherwise, the rest was pretty good. No chance on the leaderboard. Everything looked good, Mr. ENORTAP, and that's what we got. And if you want to see the leaderboard of the Mr. ENORTAP, of the
weekend,
the gel, right?
Oh.
And it's Kilo. Kilo take the lead 11, following by Mr. Roger at Noner at 10. Andy is at 9 with Richard Mullen. And that's what we got, and Jose is also a 9. So that's what we got at that moment, Mr. ENORTAP. This is the leader of this. Of course, with only one game, slowly, you cannot have a lot of change, honestly. We'll see what's happening. But Mr. ENORTAP, what do you think about the game this weekend, Saturday night?
Oh, what's there to say, Coach, that we haven't said already? I mean, it was a total domination by Colorado. I don't think really Tampa Bay was in the game at all at any stage of that game. There's third right now. The biggest problem is their third and fourth lines for Tampa. You guys, you have guys like Killorn that haven't scored in I don't know how long. They just haven't been putting the points together. Colton. Ross, Paul. There's not much there, and defensively, they were taking advantage of quite a bit. The Hedman connection there with Ruda it doesn't look very good, very stable to me. I don't know why Cooper doesn't just put him with Cernak. I think that's a better combination. But you can tell even Hedman's not 100% right now, but I don't like the way Ruda's playing. He's turning over a lot of pucks, and Colorado, their speed, they come at you in waves, and they're much more dominant. Like, look at where a lot of their goals are coming from. They're coming from their third and fourth lines, right? They don't necessarily need that first, like, even though the first line has been contributing goals, they really don't need it with the same proficiency because they can score throughout the entire thing. Now, what would be interesting tonight, Coach, is to see if Cooper changes a little bit and goes to 11 forwards, because he's going to have to shorten the bench a little bit, and he's got to put his best players on the ice and try to change the momentum, because right now they're just not there.
Yeah, they just got dominate completely. They cannot do anything. Like they was completely a perfect game for the Colorado Avalanche, honestly. And I don't know if your Tampa have enough and answer for them right now. It would be interesting how they're going to react
We'll
about
see.
this. Talking about Mr. Luc Lafortune is in the house.
Hey, Luke. How's it going?
He said the Sea Dogs just take the lead. The Sea Dogs play
1-0.
tonight against the Hamilton. I believe is it showing again Hamilton? I think it's Hamilton for the Memorial Cup. The Memorial Cup is in action tonight, so that's what we got at that moment, Mr. ENORTAP. And would be interesting where they, like look like Brennan Point is not 100%. Edmund is not 100%. I'm sure they have other players right now not 100%, but I don't know how they can have an answer. You know what I mean? It's like they are off everywhere. The goaltender is not solid. The defenseman not great. The forward, they got dominate on each line. Whatever he's changing, I don't think so. We'll see a big change with that. The only thing is good for him, you have, again, because Colorado can score with every line, whatever he put versus a line, I don't think so. They have something there. They can make something better for them.
That's why they have to shorten it. They have to shorten their bench and give more time to their top two lines and to maybe go 11 forwards. Like I said, that could be the only thing. And the other thing is also the area that I thought they dominate in would be goaltending, but hasn't really materialized, and it hasn't had to from their perspective, from Colorado's perspective.
Yeah, would be really interesting to see that for sure. How they going to respond? And one, we welcome Mr. Stu in the house tonight.
Hey, Stu.
So Memorial Cup tonight, Montreal Canadiens have a couple of prospects. Some other organization have some prospects. Edmonton and also the Edmonton Oilers King and Hamilton Bulldog, and then we have the Shawinigan Cataracts and Sea Dog and the team hostess of the tournament. What your expectation? What do you see for the tournament over there?
Well, I mean, they have a lot of NHL future NHLer stars on that team, so I think they're going to be hard to beat. I just hope it goes a little bit like that. The series is close because I think Hamilton has some very nice pieces as well, and they could maybe change the complexion of the game depending on how well they check and how their special teams do. I think it's going to come down to that.
What you said? The last part you was making about that. What you said? Hamilton, you have a couple of players, but after that you said that would count what?
Yeah, if they can counteract by dominating with the special teams, that would definitely help them.
Do you expect Shawinigan could be a surprise over there or not?
I don't think so personally, but anything is possible. I guess I think they have more stars.
Yeah, the Edmonton already packed, really packed with everything on that. So we'll be interesting about this. Tomorrow is the NHL Awards, Mr. Nota, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting about Sven Trophy. Tomorrow we go with the Calder, the Galder, the Norris, the Hart, the Vizina, and the Ted Lindsay. Everything like that. We're going to go a little bit quick together, and people in the chat want to give us what do you think who's going to win the trophy. We're going to talk more about this tomorrow, the show in the morning, but I think it would be everybody can split about that one there. Let's start it with the Calder trophy, Mr. Notap. Who do you think can win the Calder? We know it's Raymond with Zeder and Michael Bunting, if I can recall it. It's all in my head right now, so.
Yeah. I personally, I think it's Siders to lose. I think that his strides that he made this year were just phenomenal. He played great under all circumstances. He was put on different situations. For Detroit, he logged a lot of ice time. He got points. He hit hard. He really adapted well to the NHL, and I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. And I think he deserves it.
I think Zeta will get it, honestly, for me.
Yeah.
I don't see, what I mean? Some other did a good job, right? Michael Bunting and also Raymond and Zegras but I think overall, what a season for Maurice Zaders. I believe he's going to get it for
Absolutely.
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Vizina. We have Trent Strange, we have Chosekin is over there. And we have Zaros, I can recall it.
Yeah, I believe so.
And I don't know if it's Markstrom or someone else.
Yeah, it's Markstrom.
So what do you think about that?
For me, it's Shesterkin all the way. I don't think the Rangers come even close to accomplishing what they did this year if they didn't have him. He's kept them in very many games. Some games where New York did not look very good out there, it was because Shesterkin kept them in and, stole the game for them. And you saw sometimes the differences when he came out and Georgiev had to go in for him, on the odd games. So for me, I definitely give it to Shesterkin.
Yeah, I think the easy trophy of all the trophy they have tomorrow night, I think that's the easy one for me. Nobody can be close to Chesterkin. I think it's going to be a net domination by the Chesterkin to get a trophy, Wisner for sure, on my eyes, about that one there. The Norris, we know we talk a little bit about this one there. We have some people think Roman Hosey, some think it's Cal McCarr, and some think Edmund. Honestly, but who do you believe going to get the Norris Trophy?
Again, we talked a little bit about this yesterday on the power play. These awards obviously don't take into consideration the playoffs, and that's what we have to keep in mind. I think, you can't discount what Yossi did. I love Makar. I think he's got a number of these awards coming his way in the future. But for this year, I got to give it to Yossi. I mean, he played on Makar had a better team to play with as well, to surround him with. And Yossi almost hit 100 points. So that says it all.
Would be interesting. I think the one really difficult to call is too close between Hosey and Makar. And I don't know how they're going to, people will go with Hosey was alone or not kind of player like he was supported by the Colorado Avalanche and that team over there. So I don't know whether people is going to vote, but it's really a trophy right now. I feel like it's going to be really not sure about this one. I go with Makar, but I would not be surprised if Hosey win it. I would not be surprised if Makar win it. Honestly, I think both of them could win it. And I don't know. Can we get two at the same time?
No, I don't think that'll happen.
So that would be interesting about that one over there. We have Mr. Dixon in the house. Following by Mr. DH. G is in the house.
TH, how are you?
And then we have Ozzy, also the MVP. Look like for do you have everything on that? And then that's what we got at that moment. Now we have two trophy we did not talk yet. The one is called the Hart, and the one's called the Ted Lindsay. It's two trophies similar. One is voted by the reporter, and the other one is coming for the NHLPA, the Lindsay. So it's a two of the same way, the MVP of the league, of the league about that. We know who they are on the nomination for the Trophy Heart. They are similar for the Ted Lindsay, honestly. And yeah, Matthews, McDavid, right? And who do you feel they're going to win?
Well, I have a sneaky suspicion they're going to split the two awards between Austin Matthews and Connor McDavid. But I don't know. My vote, I'm going by strictly the definition of the award for the Hart, and it's usually almost always gone with the highest point scorer, and to me that's McDavid. As much as it was a great accomplishment what Matthews did with his 60 goals, I think it was just equally as impressive to score 123 points by McDavid. So I would personally, I would give it to McDavid. And I guess the Lindsay, who's the third in there?
I'm sorry?
Who's the third candidate?
Oof.
Besides, I think it's not
Chesterkin.
Gaudreau, is it? Oh, Chesterkin, yeah. Yeah, probably he gets just the Vezina there, and that's it. Yeah, so I think they'll end up splitting that award right there, and Matthews will probably get the Lindsay, or vice versa.
Yeah, it's vice versa. I believe the Hart part of the players going to get, part of the reporters going to get to McDavid, to Matthews, and then for the NHLPA, I believe the player will vote for McDavid. So each one of them are going to have one trophy. I don't see a sweep for both. It is just gave too much of this. I think for me, because the 60 point, the 60 goal is bigger to the 120 point. If you think about what he accomplished last year, McDavid 2 points per game and 56 game. Now he's less. He's at 1 point, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6. So I think they will give that one the 60 goal at Matthews. Not something happened all the last time he had about 60 goal. So I think that will change a little bit about that in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, again, I just look at the fact that he got 46 assists, which is good as well. I mean, overall, he got over 100 points. I think they're both deserving, but again, I don't know. I just think what McDavid did this year was the next level for him, and
I agree with you about that one over there for sure. We don't take the bus today. We take the SWAT team truck. We don't have a lot of people, only 5 people, Mr. ENORTAP, so we're going to get there. But obviously, we cannot share the county name. We have to go with the Kilo. Kilos get out right now on that one over there. And today, for that one, Mr. ENORTAP, we have to call Roger. Roger is already there anyway, so he's not going to go nowhere. And today we have to pick it up, Mr. Andy Kuivula, John Grega, Kilo, Duda, and Nooner are returning in the house of the Alcatraz. And they are going there for the next 24 hours to 48 hours. The next game is Wednesday night, Mr. ENORTAP. And that's what we got at that moment. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
That's okay. That's okay.
Cole, did you happen to yes, Kelly? I saw your question. It's just like I did not tell you what until we talk about the trophy. That's the reason I did not answer to you question. Because if I tell you Matthew is going to get that one, that will go through what we try to talk about for each trophy. So, Mr. ENORTAP, you said something? Did you say something?
No, I didn't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm not going to say it.
All right. That's all right. That's okay.
I was going to react to something, but...
Okay. You can if you want to. You can be
wait.
wait.
It's okay. It's okay.
I ask a coach other hour in the house over and the house. Kelly, they have ESPN. I don't know. They are in Vegas. I think it's in Vegas, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I think they are in Vegas, Kelly. The
I
same
think it is.
present, the same guy. That's the same guy is going to be there. I cannot remember his name, but that's what we had at that moment. Who is Matthew the leftover? I don't waste my time. Kelly, Donor said, all right, let's go, Mr. ENORTAP. We're going to rock and roll this game tonight. Mr. S-Man Dude is in the house. Before we start, Mr. ENORTAP, S-Man Dude is in the house.
Welcome. Okay, so we're at game 3, Coach.
Mr. ENORTAP, I have a question before you start.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to put you in test.
Again?
Here we go.
How many tests do you give every night?
And
You're worse than me.
who is this player?
Looks like is it Foligno?
Mike Foligno. No.
No. Oh man, very familiar.
Anybody knows this one? Real Deal Prim is in the house. I will wait for some people to say something about this one over there. I saw the pic today, Yamu said.
Oh.
Real Deal said Fitz off. No.
No.
Steve Payne, look, Afrasin said no. Jeffrey got it. John O'Grenick. John O'Grenick have a season of 50 goals, Mr. ENORTAP, at some point. So, congratulations for Mr. Jeffrey. He got it. John O'Grenick wearing number 25 for the Red. But you know what, Mr. ENORTAP? I think you deserve to have a bonus. You deserve to have a second chance. So, let's get easy. I'm going to give you a Montreal Canadian. So, I think it will be better for you. So, that'll be easy for you. Here we go.
35.
And he does not play in the B League.
No.
Mr. ENORTAP.
Let me think. 95, not 35. Gee.
Looks at Jose for that. Balfi, Esmond Dude, Ziki Balfi, no.
Yeah.
Yamu said Russian players.
Yeah. Narrows it down.
Pat Falloon, Real Deal said. Pat Falloon, the second overall pick. Never make it very well. He did pretty good, but not exactly with the Flowers and the San Jose Sharks. Anybody got it? Kelly said Mike Kane.
No. Mike Keane was...
his first name is Sergey.
Oh, oh my gosh.
You got it. Not Perinozogan Esmond. He start with a B after that.
Yeah.
Berzin.
Yeah, I can't remember how to pronounce it now.
Berezin.
Berezin, right?
Yeah. Yep. Here we go. Mr. Mark got it. Congratulations, Mark. Here we go. It's you now, your time. And Yamo, you're right with a yes, the Russian.
Belarusian, I think.
Yeah, Belarus.
Yeah, okay. So, what can we say? Like, while Tampa's quest for a three-peat will not be officially finished until I think they lose tonight. It's still a possibility that they could get back into the series, but I just find if they lose this game, Coach, it's going to be extremely hard. I don't see them pulling through. Not many teams historically come back from a 3-0 deficit. So the importance of this game is monumental, more so for Tampa Bay than it is for Colorado. But more importantly, I think also is the fact that, after seeing that second game, there wasn't much to suggest. Like in the Ranger game series, when they fell behind 2-0, like you still felt if the Rangers didn't play at the top of their game, that the Tampa Bay Lightning could come back. They have the pieces to do it, and they could play a very suffocating kind of game, especially when they got the lead. And that's going to be important tonight as well. They cannot allow Colorado to get ahead in the score like they have in games 1 and 2. As a matter of fact, Colorado has scored 3 goals in both of those 2 games, becoming only the third team in league history to accomplish that feat in the Stanley Cup Finals. Because it forces Tampa Bay to open up, and it forces them. We saw the amount of turnovers and uneven advantages that they had, 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s, breakaways. It was just too much for them to handle. And the other thing is, I think if you notice all of the goals, you can tell that they've done their homework. They looked at that Rangers series very carefully with Tampa, and they've noticed that the weak side, the blocker side on Vasilevsky is his weak point. And so a lot of the goals that they've scored so far, especially in that 7-0 rout on Saturday night, came exactly on that side of the play of the ice. Even the breakaways, you notice they were shooting always blocker side. So up to this moment, I think the Avalanche have been dominant. The 7-0 romp was truly indicative of the game, in which the Lightning were outshot 30-16 and pretty much overwhelmed in all the areas. They were dialed in all aspects of the game. Colorado was. They were highly engaged. They were energized, and we didn't see any of that with Tampa Bay. And really, that's what worries me from Tampa Bay's perspective. Like sometimes there comes a point where we look at things from history and we say, well, you know what? Tampa Bay has never lost 2 games in a row, or they haven't gone back. Vasilevsky hasn't gone back to back losing 2 games, or at home they're 7-1, or whatever the case might be. They've won how many series in a row? Well, all these things have a finite end to them, and that's the feeling I'm getting right now by looking at least these first 2 games. As the series switches venues now, the Lightning can look at their 7-1 record at home, and hopefully that'll give them a bit of a confidence boost. But at the same time, you got to look at the fact that the Avalanche are 7-0 on the road in the playoffs, and Colorado is now 23-9 in its last 32 games on the road. So there's Colorado's no slouch on the road. They've been impeccable. So even though Tampa's 7-1, this might be the neutralizing factor. I think the Avalanche will be forced to make some roster changes because, as we know, Burakovsky left Saturday's game after a puck hit his hand, and he hasn't traveled with the team, so he won't be available. Uh, he is expected to join the team in time for maybe the next game, at least from what I hear. But it looks like maybe Nicholas Obi Kobel might be in the lineup tonight. I'm not sure if they're going exactly that route, but something to look forward to. On the other hand, Nazem Kadri did travel with the team. He's been practicing. But I don't anticipate seeing him in either game 3 or 4. If there is a game 5, then that's where we'll probably see him coming in. The Lightning, they're an incredibly resilient team, which is reflected by their 18-2 record in their last 20 playoff games following a loss. The record was a perfect 18-0, of course, before the Rangers handed them, their first set of back-to-back losses since 2019. Tampa Bay will need to come out looking like the championship team in Game 3 that has to be led by Vasilevsky, who will need to hold Colorado to a couple of goals at the most. And that's a high task for him to achieve. The keys to victory for the Avalanche, they've been impressive with the amount of depth that they have, and so they have to keep rolling. They have to keep getting goals from different parts of their lineup. They've also had several goals from the blue line as well as the bottom six up front. And I think if Colorado can continue to push this pace and outskate Tampa, which they have in both games, they're going to control the majority of the scoring chances. And we're going to see the Avalanche take this game. Personally, I believe that Colorado will have a much tougher matchup tonight. Like I said earlier, Tampa Bay is in need of a victory, and so they're going to come out hard. And if this game is 0-0 at the end of the first period, or if Tampa Bay can get the quick lead, then we're going to see a hockey game and perhaps a series. If, on the other hand, Colorado is anywhere near what they were on Saturday, this series is over in 4 in my eyes. I think this one will go to overtime, and I'm going to take Colorado to win this 4-3.
Obviously, they don't go in overtime. They just call an empty net, Mr. ENORTAP. They call Colorado's going to score an empty net again. And we want to have a welcome to a couple of people already, Mr. ENORTAP. We have Danny back in the house. We have Mark Roy. Adam Berger is back in the house. And then I forgot one also, Lawrence Herrera for the Avalanche. He will welcome all of you. Thanks to be a part of the show. And the people in the message said, we have only one game. It took him 16 minutes. If we have 5 games, there's going to be 3 hours. If we have 10 games, NHL is going to be all day. But at the end of the day, it's not changed anything.
Nooner. Either you want an analysis or you don't. If you want me to say
at the end of the day, what is good, Mr. ENORTAP, is like we all agree with you. We took all Colorado at the end of the night. So that's pretty good. Yamo go at Colorado also. You have 4-3. He has 4-2. I have 5-3. And that's good about this. And the Sea Dog right now lead 2-1 with 3:29 to go from Luc Lafortune at that moment. Coach, can we send Roger to the hours to shine Matthew's shoes? No, he cannot. He's in the jail. Cannot go nowhere. So he's stuck right there. And Jose said 4-3. Jose and 5-3 for John Grega. And then Renault said 3-1. Renault, welcome back.
Renault, how are
another
you?
one. Don't forget, guys, click on the likes. That'd be awesome. Analysts will destroy the Tampa Bay. Who took Tampa? Then we have Danny and Nooner. What a family. Then, Mr. Nata, we're going to finish with a fantasy hockey. That's what we had. Honestly, I just go with Pahir. I never got the score, so I'm going to think it's 253 versus 244. I could be wrong right here.
No, you're right.
And you are the first one to go.
Okay. So, Colorado. I'll make this quick, guys. Colorado, Makar, Byram, Nikushkin, McKinnon, and Rantanen.
How many points? How many points? How many points you got?
No, those are correct. 250.
No. My question is, how many points are you going to do tonight?
Oh, not too many, because I don't think we're going to get a lot of scoring tonight. I think we're going to get about 6 goals or so. even though I
So you
predicted
don't tell me again how many points.
Okay, I'm gonna get. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going with 8 points.
8 points.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going with Tampa Bay. They're going to lose the game. Tay's going to have 1 point. Edmund is going to be 1 point. That's 2. Lester got 3 points. That's 4. Kisha have 1. That's 5. And Lekanen got 1. He tipped the puck. That's 6. So how many points you have?
8. So I
I
get
lost
to pick
8-6.
next game. I strategize that way so that I get last pick in game 4.
Yeah,
Because you
I
know
know
that
that.
whoever picks last is gonna win, right?
That's supposed to be that one there. John Grigor, so Ratanen is going to be his player. Renault took Lekanen. And MEILLEUR escapé. Yep, Another was the playoff until the Stanley Cup final. I don't know how to pick. Not a problem. Yannick said 4-3. Yannick, join the party. Yannick, salut mon homme. Merci d'être avec nous ce soir. And Adam Renault, coach, on the get for at least 2 points to force STELLA will only finish 2 rounds in the competition. Utah days, please. Renault, I answer you back, by the way, on this, but it's 4.110, Mr. Renault. So 2.1 to 4.1 on $10. It's a second round pick. When you hit the 4.2, it becomes a first round pick and a third round pick. Now, what happening, Renault, is this part. If ever someone, like you said, is going to offer to Romanov, if Montreal offer him a 2.8 and then and he would say, no, I wait, and then an offer sheet from another team offer him $4 million, Renault, the Montreal is going to match up. That's it. He's going to get only 1 year. So that's what's happening about that one over there. So that's that point, Renault. If 24 Club, to get that second round pick, you have to give them 4.1, not 4.2, 4.1. And he does this, Renault. The team, Montreal is going to match up that one. That's why it's not happened a lot. You have only 2 in the last 12 years in NHL about offer sheet. One for the Montreal for Ao, and one from the for Carolina for Kokanemi. You never targeting those kind of players like that, Renault, about that one over there. So Montreal cannot pay that much no cap days. They will, Renault. They will match up. They will find a way to put this. That's what's happening. Rami is what I will KK on the ice. It's not a matter, Renault. I'm just telling you, if he got everybody does the same thing, but you're not going to any team, Renault is going to offer a sheet Romanov in hockey. No, nobody will do that. It's because it's almost like rules or where they don't do that between team. Because if they do that, they will do. Like, are you going to give Zaka 3 point? Everybody will take to Pavel Zaka right now $4 million. They would turn around. They would go to, I don't know, go to another team and say, we're going to give him $4 million. Pulcher Javid, we're going to give him $4 million. Then another team would go to another team, said $4 million. And everybody's going to get a 2-round pick, but you put everybody, other team in a trouble. And that's why they don't do this in NHL, Renault. So, but Montreal has the worst cap situation since they start the system. Not really. Renault, until last season, Marc Bergeron gave contract after that to Gallagher, Petrie, Anderson, and he does not listen to anybody. He's just thinking it was the right way to do that. So, say one takes that after the first, yes, physical. Luc Lafortune said, as the Old Balls Club again about that. But again, that's how it works. How are you doing the hours tomorrow? Yes, Kelly, we're going to do the hours tomorrow night about that one over there. That will be the power play show at the same time about this. I'll give you an example like Renault, like Luc Lafortune said, Renault. Everybody will go at Toronto Maple Leaf and they will look their players and they will say, I'll give you an example here. All right. Toronto Maple Leaf. Let's go Toronto Maple Leaf. Renault. Let's check le RFA. Pierre Ekval, Audrey Case. Case pretty good. He scored 20 goals, almost 15 goals. So he said to Case, hey, we're going to give you $3 million. They get a second round pick and return Toronto. Ramus Sadin, pretty good defenseman. They will do the same thing. We're going to give him 2.8 million, 3.2, and that's what they don't do between team about that one over there. Coach, do you think Anderson would be traded to Toronto? That's a rumor get out of that one over there. Jose, think about this. How they going to offer $5.5 million Josh Anderson, Jose, and they have a Nylander scored 35 goals at 6.2, and they have Anderson scored barely 18 goals. The problem with Mr. Nathan with Josh Anderson, he make too much money for what he produces on the ice.
True, but I think that's warranted more by the fact that they're
because a player like him,
the style he brings to the game is very rare. Like you don't get too many power forwards of his like, and that's what's pushing up the price. It's not because of his production as much as the fact that he's fast, he heads to the net, he can fight.
But do you believe Nick Paul is going to get $5.5 million next year?
But we can't compare those two.
But it's the same prototype players. 6'3".
I don't know. Doesn't have the same speed.
Look, right now Nick Paul play better to Josh Anderson during the playoff. He can play on PK.
Anderson's not in the playoffs, but
but if you think about it, I would take Nick Paul at 2.5 before I would take Josh Anderson. You go to pay a guy 5.5 to play on your third line.
Yeah. I mean, the price is too high, obviously. I agree with that. Yeah. I'm just trying to explain why I think it's at that level.
Yeah, I understand that. But again, I'm telling you right now, I will not pay anything to get Josh Anderson on my team because of 5.5 for the next 5 years. It will not helping my team. I would try to get a 5.5 and score about 25 to 35 goals in NHL. And that's the money they can get at 5.5, at 25 goal regular consistency about that. Yeah. And at 5.5 on your hierarchy of $82.5 million, need to be on the top 6. And the inconsistency of Josh is hurt too much.
Well, that's why he's not on the top 6, right? Like
and that's what I said. Down. It's time to trade Josh Anderson.
I mean, obviously Bergevin took the gamble, right? He thought he would get that kind of production on a consistent basis and paid him that amount of money.
It's just for me, and this is another example of Bergeron overpaid players. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and he's not the only one he did. The Armia, the Biron, the Gallagher, the Petrie. So that's what we're preparing with that one over there. So that's what we got, everybody here. Audrey, thank you for the update right here. Anything you want to add?
I was just going to say that's why they're in such better situation right now with both Gorton and Hughes, because Hughes really brings that added dimension that he's been an agent, and so he knows what players' values actually are, and he can make assessments based on their skill set, based on their requirements and their needs by teams. And they're not going to be overpaying players, but they're also not. They're going to make it comfortable enough for them to want to stay in Montreal as well.
Yeah.
Right now they're undoing all of Bergevin's mistakes. That's what they're trying to do.
But he's going to fix his problem about that one there for sure.
Well, him, Petrie, Armia, possibly Gallagher. Even if you look at Carey Price, what he's, they're way over.
No, they will keep him, Renault. He will not go nowhere about this one over there. With his money, look about Monson. So now that concludes a warm-up show. We're going to be back at 8 o'clock for the description of the game, Colorado versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. We'll see who's going to win tonight. We all agree, you and me again, 4-2. We said 8-6 of fantasy. We should not do anything. We should not watch the game, go back to already. We should be Tuesday right now, Mr. ENORTAP. We already know the final score. We only know what the fantasy is. Let's put everybody in the jail already, and then we can move on to the next show.
Sounds good.
Sound good with you about that one there, right? So, but
You
are the one.
Awesome.
You are the one.
Amazing.
You are the one.
You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's conclude another warm-up show with the hockey coach, your coach Frenchy, and our expert on the prediction, Mr. ENORTAP. He was in the house tonight. We're going to be back the next hour for another play-by-play commentary with game number 3 between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Colorado Avalanche. Until then, of course, we want to let you know one more thing. Be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate what?
You're 2022.
2022. We love you, people. Have a great night, Mr. ENORTAP. Thank you again for
Good night,
another show.
Good night.
Good night. Here we go, Zeph.